Have you ever felt like you're falling behind financially? Have you ever felt like no matter how much you make, you are still living in the poor cycle, like the hand to mouth cycle? Then you are not alone. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 signs that you are actually doing well financially that you may not know about. The first factor is, are you playing the right game? And when it comes to finances, it's about 2 games. Either you are playing the status game or the wealth game. When you talk about the status game, it means you are always buying the brand new items that are trending so that you can show your friends and family you are doing well in life. It can also mean you buy the most expensive cars, the most expensive phone, the most expensive outfits. And the problem with playing the status game is that you will always want to buy new things so that you can stay above your friends and your family, so that they can regard you highly. Because when you buy a phone, let's say it's a new phone, a new model that has just been released this year, you buy it, you will feel extraordinarily happy and satisfied if no one else in your circle has that phone. But as the months go by, people start buying the same kind of phone, and then you feel you are not doing well because everyone now can reach to that phone, and then you start desiring to buy the next release of that phone. And this playing the status game will keep you in the loop of hand to mouth, and you'll be just living rich life, but you'll have nothing in store for yourself. You are not building any wealth, you are not saving, you are not investing in any assets. And the status game is mainly when you are comparing yourself with others. If it's a car you have bought, you will not feel happy buying a car that most people drive as compared to when you buy a car that no one drives, or maybe 1 or 2 people drives. If you're playing the status game, then it means you're not doing well financially. The second game is the wealth status game. This now is where the real game is. This is where you have started the journey to learn finances and develop yourself and learn the mistakes that you are making before, and you want to improve them. And this you can start by buying personal development books in finances, like learning the psychology of money, understanding how you think about money affects how much you can save. When you're playing the wealth game, it does not matter how much you earn. What matters is how much you invest of what you make. For instance, if you make 50,000 shillings every month and then you spend all of it, and another person earns 10,000 shillings and this person saves 2,000 shillings every month, this person who is earning 10,000 shillings is playing the wealth game that the person earning 50,000 shillings is not playing. And in the long term, this person earning 10,000 will have wealth and will have more money saved as compared to this 50,000 person who is just spending all his or her money. In conclusion, we can say that the person who is earning 50,000 is living a rich life because they are spending the entire amount of money, but the person who's earning 10,000 is living a wealthy life because they are putting aside 2,000 every month that can act as an emergency fund. Wealth game, in most cases when you're playing the wealth game, you will not see any improvements in your life because you'll still be driving the same car you are driving, you'll still be using the same phone that you are using, you'll still be wearing the same clothes that you have been wearing. And when you're in this game, you tend to feel like you're not making any progress. But I'm here to tell you that you are making a lot of progress if you've already started putting aside some amount of money in your bank, which acts as an emergency fund. And also those amounts that you save, you also have long-term goals with them. You want to invest in a business, you want to invest in assets, you want to invest in the stock market. It's a long-term game, and you may not see the benefit of it right now, but as you continue doing it over the years, you'll be able to see the benefits and enjoy the fruits of playing the wealth status game. Another main difference between the status game and the wealth game is that when you're playing the status game, you are comparing yourself with others, but when you're playing the wealth status game, you're comparing yourself to yourself. You're asking yourself, what can I do better this year to help me reach the financial goal that I want to reach this year? You're comparing yourself with last year. Last year you made to save around 30,000 shillings by the end of the year. This year now you're comparing yourself with yourself of last year, and now you're saying, what can I do to make me save 50,000 shillings at the end of this year? And that's why the wealth status game will give you a lot of peace of mind. It will reduce the social anxiety that the status game comes with, and you'll be more proud of yourself and appreciate yourself as you see yourself grow from not saving to starting saving and growing your savings over the years. The second factor is how much should you be earning? And according to statistics, I'm just going to read, in Nigeria, the average annual salary is $1,600 annual. In South Africa, the national average salary is $14,600, and in Kenya, the average annual salary is $5,500. If you want to answer how much you should be earning, then you need to check the statistics in your country, what average people are earning in the career that you are in. And once you know that, then you understand how much you should be earning. But always remember, how much you earn does not determine how much wealth you can build. It is how much you save from what you earn that will determine how much wealth you'll be able to build. And for instance, just an example is when you are in employment and you realize that you are earning higher than your colleagues, you will feel happy, but that amount of happiness will not last long and you are more likely to forget about that feeling. But if you realize or you understand that your colleagues are earning more than you, even if it is a couple of dollars, the impact that you have in your feelings is heavier than knowing that you are earning higher than your friends. And this is why you need to understand how much you should be earning in the range or in your skills, in your career, and then be able to negotiate that anytime you go for an interview. But once you get the salary that you wanted, then make sure that you save more, invest more than you are. If possible, if you can invest more than you spent, even better. And how can you achieve this? It's by making sure that you live below your means and work hard to increase your income. So if you are earning 50,000 and your expenses are at 30,000, then work towards increasing your income to around 70,000 and then maintain your expenses at 30,000. That means you'll have more money to put into savings and into investments. But don't be caught in that trap where most of the people, they are earning 50,000, they live like they are earning 50,000, which means they're spending all of it, and the moment they get a promotion at work to 70,000, they also increase their expenses. And this is a dangerous game, because once you lose a job, then you go back to zero. You have nowhere to fall back on. And in the world today, we can see that there is nothing stable. In the past, we used to, especially in our country, everyone desired to work in NGOs because they used to pay a lot of work, and it was more like a permanent job. Like there will always be jobs in NGO. But currently, we have been struck with the sad news or the breaking news that USAID is cutting, or it has froze the grants that it used to give a lot of NGOs, and this means most of people are going to be laid off if they have not been laid off already as I speak in this video. And if majority of those people were not saving enough money in their emergency fund, then they will not be able to sustain their life as they apply for other jobs. Like 5 years ago when COVID came, it also disrupted work economics, and most people lost jobs. Most people started from scratch. People moved from the city, they went back to the rural areas, and it's the same thing. And it is safe to say there is no place that is permanent. Even that job that you have today in that company that has been there for years, do not assume that the work will always be there. Always suspect everything, and ask yourself, if today I was to be laid off, what will become of me? And when you think about that, then you start saving on your emergency fund. And the best way to start, if you have never started, is build a 1 month emergency fund. After building a 1 month emergency fund, continue to 2, 3, and you can extend it even to 12 months, because looking for jobs and getting a job that you really want, it can really take you a quite number of months with the current status in the country or even in the world. The third factor that can show you that you are doing well financially is understanding 3 key aspects of finances. And the first way to understand your game of finances or your financial status is by checking the financial health of your finances. Check the health of your finances, and you can do this by tracking your expenses. It is as simple as every time you make a purchase, every time you make a bill, write it down, categorize those bills or whatever you are buying into categories, if they are essentials, non-essentials, or wants and needs, whichever works for you. And at the end of the month, you need to look at that spreadsheet or that notebook and see where does your money go to mostly. And with this, you'll be able to check your financial health. And this work of tracking your expenses, you have to be intentional about it. And it is from then that you'll be able now to know which areas. Is it eating out? Is it entertainment? Is it even the rent that is way above what you should be paying? And then once you know those things, then ask yourself, can I move to another house that is paying less but still giving you the quality that you are looking for? If not, then can you cut on expenses? Or if it is impulse buying, then you can be able to cut on that. How much do I have in savings? I have worked for the whole year. When you calculate your annual year salary, it comes around, let's say, an 500k, and then you see against 500k, how much have you been able to save? And asking yourself those questions will help you determine your financial health and help you build and correct the mistakes that you're already making, and then improve them. Also, if you look at your finances, you can also see like, wow, I'm doing well, I'm actually saving more. I make 500k every year, and my savings account or my emergency fund has over 300,000 in savings. Then that means you are doing well financially. And this can be achieved by either you have other side hustles, or you are really living below your means, or you have been working in that job for a quite number of years. Maybe it's 3 years down the line, you are checking your finances against your income, and you are like, yeah, you are proud of yourself because you have been able to save 300,000 in your emergency fund, and this money is growing because it is attracting interest. Statistics show that 60% of Kenyans rely on informal borrowing to cater for urgent expenses. And when you look at these statistics, you realize that if 60% of Kenyans are borrowing money to cover essential needs, then it means there is a discrepancy when it comes to what you are earning and what you are spending, because you are spending more than you are earning. That's why you keep on taking urgent loans to cover essential expenses like food, rent, or even transport to work. And this is why the second point in this topic is having an emergency fund. And you can start with even 1 month emergency fund and grow it as you continue. Even when you have that 1 month emergency fund, you have set yourself way ahead of other people, of the 60% Kenyans that are living paycheck to paycheck and they are still taking loans to cover essential needs. And this tells you that maybe 20% are just living paycheck to paycheck. They don't take loans, but whatever they make, they consume all of it. Maybe it's 20% that even have invested, or even less than that percent. So you can see that majority of the people are always spending their money. But you can stop that today and start educating yourself. And the fact that you have watched this video up to this far, it means that you have that desire to change your financial game to a wealth status game. The third thing is to manage your debt wisely. It's not easy to make it in life without taking debts, but you can take healthy debts that you are able to pay. And these debts that you are taking, you are not taking them to cover your essential needs, but you're actually taking them to develop yourself, to develop a business, to buy a land, to build a house. Managing debt wisely means taking loans to develop yourself. It could be buying a land, buying a car, starting a business, or even boosting an existing business. It is better to take a loan for a business that you have already been doing it and you have tested it and you have seen that it's working, as compared to taking a loan for a business that you want to start from scratch, that you do not know any dynamics around it. The fourth factor that can tell you that you're doing well financially is changing the perspective to you individually as compared to comparing yourself with the society. When you start comparing yourself with what other people are doing, then it means that you're playing the status game. The society glorifies expensive lifestyle, flashy displays of wealth, social status based on material possessions. Most of the financial dissatisfaction and financial mistake come from the societal expectation, because society glorifies lavish lifestyle, public display of wealth, buying luxury things, and material possessions. However, financial freedom or achieving financial freedom comes from an individual level, where you gauge your success from how much you're saving, how much you are investing, how much you're spending from your income, and how much do you have in your emergency fund that you can fall back on in the event of losing a job or losing the income stream that you already have. It is important to stop seeking people's validation or the society's validation on how your financial health or your financial status is. You look into your individual goals towards savings, towards reducing your expenses, towards increasing your income, towards buying assets, towards investing in stocks, towards investing in your personal development. And this overall will help you become happy, become more peaceful, and less stressed in this life, because you'll be gauging your progress with yourself, not with anyone else. You'll be working towards improving yourself from how you were last year and how you are this year, how you spent your money last year and how you spent your money this year. Finally, if you focus on building your wealth, focus on improving your personal development, focus on increasing your emergency fund, and focus on yourself and stop comparing yourself with others, you will make better financial decisions and you'll become financially healthy and improve more than you think. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like, share this video to anyone who can benefit from listening to this video, and subscribe to my channel for more content.